Hey guys, are you in your 20s or 30s and you still haven't found the one and you're fed up of being constantly asked why you're not married yet? Well, I have found the answers and some very useful tips to navigate the stressful world of modern romance, written by Aziz Ansari and Eric Klinenberg. Considering the times and technology setting we are in, modern romance can be extremely complicated and frustrating. Most of the people from our previous generations used to be under the strict supervision of their parents and got married in their 20s or 30s. And that's when they stepped into adulthood, unlike most of the youngsters today who are busy doing other things in their 20s or 30s. A lot of them leave their homes to seek education, find jobs, establish themselves in their careers, get into relationships before they actually become husbands, wives, or start a new family. And that's why most people today get married much later, since marriage is no more a means to attain a social or financial security for women. As more women are educated and financially independent, they have more control over their lives. It is no more a thing to get married to a typical companion-like person who is best suited to start a family with or who perfectly fits into each other's homes. Instead, people are looking for love, a deeper connection, and a sense of fulfillment between each other. And finding that soulmate can take a long time. It is a stressful and an emotionally draining process. While research shows that marrying your soulmate has the highest potential of happiness and fulfillment, but also has the highest potential for disappointments and breakups. Because people can quickly break relationships when their high expectations are not met or the passion they felt at first begins to fade. But if you're aware of this very nature of relationships, you can always work on transitioning your relationships into a more balanced one in which trust and understanding of each other's flaws and long-term bonding becomes the main focus. This way, you can save your relationships from turning into a toxic one or your marriage ending up in a divorce. What else is wrecking the relationship landscape? It's the emergence of so many online dating platforms. Even though a lot of us seem to have found the one from the internet, it still remains a paradox for many because the options are endless out there and it can be confusing. Another big change that has happened with the advent of online dating apps is change in the communication pattern. Our communication has become super text heavy, due to which a lot of us are losing the skill to have one-on-one spontaneous conversation. Text can also be misunderstood as a lot of the personality traits of a person remain unexpressed. A lot of the times, texts also lack in thought or personality. For example, the generic, hey, what's up, what's going on can sound super vague to a lot of people. Another irritating aspect is the endless texting banter that never leads to a meet in the real world. And both parties are left wondering whether the other party is busy or uninterested. Also, when someone asks you to hang out with them, it can be quite unclear whether the meetup is even an actual date or not. And also, when you don't get a response back, it causes a lot of anxiety, anticipation, and uncertainty. With messages, infidelity has become so much easier in both married and the unmarried sections of the society. With texts, people get to easily test the waters of starting an affair or easily back down or break up if the other person is not on the same page, without being as embarrassed as if it were in person. We tend to forget that there is a real person behind that screen and to what extent our actions or words can negatively impact their lives. The internet somehow gives us this idea that the best is out there and if we look hard enough, we can find it. This I need the best mentality has wrecked our decision-making power. We need to understand that the more options we have, the less satisfied we are and the harder it becomes to make a choice. Oftentimes, we may fantasize about having the best things in life, but we're often happy with something that's good enough. Another downside of dating apps is finding riffraffs, people who are serially first dating or swiping right on each other based on looks or superficial attributes. But for those who are on the lookout for real love, must remember that you could be initially attracted to people based on their appearances, but what will make you fall for someone are some of the deeper and the more unique traits, which can only come out with continuous interactions, shared experiences, and gradual intimate encounters. Thus, it's very important to give relationships a chance to grow. You can always find someone better or more good looking, but remember that it's a never-ending game and it can trap you in a world of illusion. Hope you could find some useful tips to navigate through this new romantic world, and if you like this video, please do share it with someone who needs to hear this. Until then, bye-bye.